This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today we're going to be traveling a far way, all the way to Tokyo, where each of us will be one of the monsters. We'll be trying to play sort of a King of the Hill game, where you want to be the last man standing on this hill called Tokyo, or you want to get 20 points first. Today we're looking at a classic, a second edition of a very popular game, King of Tokyo. This is from Yellow, and it takes about 30 minutes to play. Let me show you it's played. I'll see you on the other side. In King of Tokyo, you get to select to be one of these 6 furious monsters. There's Gigasaur, there's Cyber Kitty, Mecha Dragon, and Alienoid. Once you've selected your monster, you'll also get a board which tracks stars, which are points, and health. Everyone starts with 10 health and 0 stars. You're trying to be the first person to get either 20 stars or to be the last person standing by eliminating all the other monsters. How the game works is typically there'll be somebody inside of Tokyo. If there's more than 4 players, you may have actually 2 people in Tokyo. But on your turn, you're going to roll these dice. Okay, and then you get to keep whichever dice you want, and then you can re-roll the rest, and you get up to 3 rolls. So that's the first one. I could re-roll. I could, let's say, keep these 2, and then re-roll these 2, and then I'm done. So you have a total of 3 rolls, keeping the dice you want. Let's talk about what these different dice do. Now, if you have values, there's different dice that say 1, 2, and 3. If you have 3 of the same value, you'll get that many points in stars. So in this case, I would get 2 stars because I have 3 2s. If I got an additional 2, you get 1 star for every additional matching number there, regardless of the amount. So the first 3 is the actual amount. That's how many stars you get, and any additional is just 1 regardless of that amount. A claw means for every claw you get to hit somebody. Now, I am not in Tokyo. Anybody that's outside of Tokyo, when they hit whoever's in Tokyo. So in this case, I would hit this player for 1 damage. So whoever was playing the Space Penguin would go down, and so he would go down from 10 to 9. Of course, when you get to the 0, you end up dying. Now this person has a choice whether or not they want to leave Tokyo or not. But before we decide that, I would have a heart. Now, over the course of the game, you see how just people get hit. For every heart that I resolve, I would gain 1 heart, up to 10. The max is 10. There are some cards, special cards that allow you to go higher. I'll go over those in just a moment. But yeah, so we have this points, we have hearts, we have claws, and then we also have energy. For each of these energy that you rolled, you will get one of these green cubes. Think of this as currency in the game. Now, after I've resolved my dice, let's say this player decided to leave Tokyo, and he decided to leave because he got hit. I was the one that hit him, so I'm forced into Tokyo. By the way, you usually stand them up like this, but for the video it looks a little bit better so you can see it there. So I would enter Tokyo. Now, anytime you enter Tokyo, you gain a point. And if I'm able to withstand everyone beating me up throughout, and I start my turn in Tokyo, I get 2 more points. But you cannot use hearts in Tokyo. So next turn, if I'm still in Tokyo, rolling hearts does nothing. You cannot heal in Tokyo. You have to actually come out to heal. Now that I've moved into Tokyo, I've taken my point. If you want, you can spend some of these energy cubes to get some special cards. Now these cards do all sorts of different things. Here is the cost. So 3, 3, and 7 of those cubes. Now I don't have enough to buy anything now, but if I did, if I bought this, I would discard it immediately and get a point at the corner store. Or I could discard it immediately and gain 2 health. Some of them have ongoing abilities, like this one says keep. I have to spend 7, but from now on, my hits smash all other monsters regardless of where I am, like Nova Breath. There's a ton of these really powerful cards in the game. If I were to buy one of these, I'd put it in for the keep ones, I would put it in front of me, and then this would essentially come out and replace it. So this came out to replace it. Another thing you could do is you can always spend 2 of these to completely wipe these. These would get discarded and 3 new ones would come out. After that, it'd be the next player's turn. Now keep in mind, on other players' turns, when they're striking, they're hitting me because I'm in Tokyo, but when I'm in Tokyo, if it comes back to my turn and I roll a bunch of claws and I'm trying to hit other people, it hits every other player outside of Tokyo. So it's pretty powerful to be in there, but since you can't heal in there, it's pretty tough to stay in as well. So if I had rolled this on my next turn in Tokyo, every single player outside would have to go down 3. If you get down to 0, you're dead. What you're trying to do, again, is be the last player standing with health, or be the first person to get to 20 points, and that player is the winner. Now this is just a normal review. If you're looking for the difference between the second edition and first edition, go ahead and click this above me or in the link below, and I have done a special video just to show off the differences. So King of Tokyo itself, wow, this game is amazing. It's one of the first games, you know, I purchased when I was starting to dive back into this hobby. And I gotta say, it's still a family favorite. It is so fun. The thing I like most about it is the rules are very easy. You're just rolling dice, you're keeping the ones you want, you're gonna roll again, and then maybe roll again and then resolve those dice. You're trying to balance attacking versus scoring points, versus health, versus buying stuff. For such a simple game, it certainly has a decent amount going on. You're trying to manage your currency of those energies to try to save up to get one of those cool cards that do exactly what you're doing. That might allow you to go down a certain path for strategy, for points, or for trying to be the last person standing. Do you want to go in Tokyo? Sometimes you're rolling those dice and you hit someone by accident, like, ugh. And they come out and you're forced into Tokyo and you're like, oh man, I really don't want to be here right now. I hope when the next person hits me, they just hit me with one because I'm low and I can't heal anymore. And it's just fun back and forth. It's quick. Even when it's not your turn, you're engaged because other people could be hitting you, or you, and vice versa. So it's just really fun to see how the interactions of all the different monsters happen. And also, there's plenty of expansions that will come out for this with the power-ups and the Halloween expansion. Different things to add on this if you're looking for a deeper experience there. Now, after this came out, King of New York came out, sort of the sequel to this, and I still like this best. For me, it's just, there's something to be said about the simplicity of this game. My little depth to complexity ratio that I always talk about, it has that in spades. Good amount of depth, super simple to teach. King of New York adds a bit more. It's a little bit more for the gamer enthusiasts. Adds a little bit more mechanisms, a little bit bloat around it. And I actually just like this streamlined version better because I just feel like it gives you the most distilled experience and it's easy to teach and anybody can play it. It's pretty quick. My favorite is playing it with, say, 3 or 4 players. I'll gladly play it with 5 or 6. This is not a 2-player game though. It says 2 to 5. I don't recommend it with 2. There are some variants you can read online about them, but they're okay at best. It's really best with 3 or more, and is one of the best family level games. If you're just starting to get in a board game, this is just so fun, and I recommend it highly, so much so that I'm keeping this in my gaming library. And for that, let's induct it properly with a saxophone serenade.
This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for backing me on Kickstarter, making this season become a reality. I'd like to especially thank those here that have backed me at the credit level. Now, these video reviews are also available by audio on our podcast. It's the intros and the final thoughts on GameBoyGeek.com. Click podcast.